Hey everybody, it's Seabit here and welcome back to another video. This is another edition of the Bakugan Collection Retrospective. I know, it's been a long time. The reason those videos stopped though is because my collection had changed so much. It was changing so much while I was filming those videos that there was so much stuff I didn't get to look at from the first 4 seasons that I was like, well, I need to somehow show those off in a video. And I finally decided what we're going to do today is this video is an update video to show off all the stuff from the first 4 seasons that I got before, well, after recording. I'm not going to show all of it off because there's too much, but we're going to look at some highlights that I picked out, and then I am going to look at some highlights. I might look at a fair amount of Gundalian Invaders and a fair amount of Mectanium Surge though, because those collections have changed the most. So, time for a jump cut. Hey, we're over here at the Bakugan shelf. So, as you can see here, we have a bunch of cases, and inside these cases, with this one here as an example, we have what I'm aiming to get, my full 100% collection of Battle Brawlers. So you can see I've got my Fear Rippers, I've got my Griffins, I've got my Juggernauts, I've got my Lasermen, all there. And in each box, there is another 4 Bakugan. I've mainly got clear cases since they're easy to see through. So for example here you can see we've got Robotallions, we've got Sauruses, we've got Serpenoids and Stinglashes. I'm not going to go through all these because we'll be here forever, and it is just the Battle Brawlers Bakugan but in multiple different attributes. Over here I've got a bunch of random Battle Brawler stuff, as well as some other Bakugan that we've not looked at yet from Bakutech, which we will look at in the next video. But yeah, you can kind of just get a glimpse of what's in there. That's stuff that either we're going to show it off or it's just not going to get shown off. In here we've got my new Destroyer collection. You know, I mean, we've been over most of this before. There might be some new stuff in there, but for the most part, we don't really need to look at it. So, and here's all the support pieces that we're going to look at in the next video. I've got my Percivals over here. We've got my Bakufrosts in this display case. This collection has actually changed quite a lot. So I'm going to give you a nice look at that. Trying to keep that stable. You can kind of get a good look there. And down here, I'm only missing one, which is my Alpha Percival. I need Bakufrost Alpha Percival, that's what I'm missing. We've got some Marvel back again, which we're going to look at in the next video. I don't think there's anything else in here now. I think for the most part that's basically everything. And then down here we've got the Gundalian Invaders and the Mectanium Surge, which we're going to look at these in more detail. So, back to the... Okay, so we're back. Yeah, as you can see, we've massively upgraded from the mason jars I was using when I was filming these videos for the first time. I've got the Gundalian Invaders and the Mectanium Surge boxes here, because these are the collections I think that have definitely changed the most. We're going to look at those in this video. Moonlit Monoris is just here because she's my favourite Bakugan. I've shown her off before, but you know. Anyway, it was just there for something visual. Anyway, let's have a look at a couple back again I picked out from the new Destroyer and Battle Brawlers collection. Starting with this. Oh, come on. I set this up because it would look cool. There we go. We have Glitter Serpenoid. Glitter Bakugan are strange. They appear to be legitimate. They seem to have been made by European factories. I don't know what was going on with the European Spin Master factories, but a lot of them just decided to do whatever the hell they wanted to, which is weird, and that's how we ended up with stuff like this. So you can see that it's essentially a plastic with gold flecks in it. It's very pretty. These Bakugan command quite a decent price tag nowadays because they are very collectible. I was very lucky to obtain this specimen here for £2, which is insane. Very lucky to have obtained that for that price. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. This didn't work when I first got it. I managed to fix it up though, so it does indeed work properly now. And it is a nice personal piece of the collection that actually sits on my computer, so I'm just going to put it back on the PC. Next up, we're going to look at this. Not the best roll of my life. This is Vexos Dragonoid. Vexos Dragonoid is of it's Hex Dragonoid. I'm not entirely sure what they call it. This is the Dragonoid that showed up in the anime, and it was Neo Dragonoid Drago stolen by the I think it was the Vestals. I'm not entirely sure. I've not watched the New Destroyer anime, but I know vaguely about it. Dragonoid got stolen. It was corrupted into what you see here. This is a Japanese exclusive paint job. These aren't that hard to find, but they are Japanese exclusive, which can make them kind of a pain in the ass to actually get into other countries. This one unfortunately isn't complete. When I got it, it was significantly damaged, meaning I had to replace some parts from it, meaning it's unfortunately not got all the original colours. The head, however, is the original head. But unfortunately, yeah. I mean, this body's the original body, but I had to do some significant repairs because it got very damaged. But I got it for a very good price, which is why I actually decided to go for it, because even though it's not 100% perfect, like these colours don't fully match, this is what the thing looks like, and I'm still happy to have this in my collection. And honestly, it's kind of cool. It's got a little bit of personal history for me, just because I fixed it up. And Bakugan that I fixed up on my own tend to be Bakugan that I like more because they mean something to me. Next up, we have this Pyrus Neon Saurus. Now, Baku Neons were part of the New Destroyer wave, but Bakugan such as Saurus from the original season shouldn't have gotten these treatments. Again, this was European Spin Master factories going absolutely mental, and that's how we ended up with things like this. It's not really that rare. I mean, this is one of the more common Neon ones that they made. The Neon Ventus ones tend to be the rarest, but this is one of my favorites because Saurus is one of my favorite Bakugan of all time. And this just looks beautiful. And again, I got this for very cheap, so I'm very happy with it. It's just a very nice piece of history. It is official. It's just that apparently the Spin Master factories went ballistic during the middle of New Destroyer. Next up was a Bakugan that I can't remember if I've shown off before, but I'm just going to show it off anyway. We have Helios Arc 2. Aquas. Helios Mark 2. Let me just get this guy open because it's one of those Bakugan that you really just have to see in his full glory. Just a fantastic mold. So here's Aquas Helios Mark 2, the final evolution of Helios from the New Destroyer anime. This toy never released in the West. It was only released in Japan, and it is an extremely well done mold to the point where this Bakugan has become very expensive and sought after in collector circles, even within Japan, even outside of Japan, especially outside of Japan. This is an Aquas variant. It's one of the cheapest ones, but I did specifically go for this one because I think it's the best looking, and I love my Pyrus and Aquas Bakugan, and this spoke to me, and I just went, I need this. It's gorgeous. And gorgeous it certainly is. I mean, look at this. Japanese exclusive, and there's a reason that people want to get their hands on these. They're absolutely gorgeous. Next up, we have this Aquas B2 Skyrus. These were released in the Shun Evolution packs. I believe these came out around New Destroyer sort of time. And this is the only release of B2 Skyrus in the West. There was a Japanese one, opaque Ventus one, but that's very rare. So this was the only way that in the West you could get a B2 size Skyrus. I went for Aquas because, again, Pyrus and Aquas are my favourite attributes, and this is a very special little birdie to me. Because the story behind it, I did have a Ventus Skyrus, which I traded for this Aquas one, but unfortunately it wasn't this Aquas one. I traded it, I got scammed unfortunately, and never received the Skyrus. But luckily a friend of mine had a spare Aquas Skyrus, and she felt bad for me, and she went, I'll sell it to you for cheap. So thank you so much to her. This piece is a very important piece in my collection, and it's, again, got a good memory attached to it because it was given to me by a friend. So, yeah. And finally, the holy grail of the Battle Brawlers collection, we have Pyrus Hydronoid. This one, unfortunately, as you can tell, not in the best condition. It is pretty messed up. But that, unfortunately, is what I got. I got this Hydronoid for about... I got it in a lot for £50, which, if you know how much these go for, is still a steal, even if this thing is in rough shape. As you can see, it has multiple defects. This leg here is entirely snapped off at the bottom. This has been like snapped and scuffed. It's definitely seen better days. It's also missing a screw, which I actually need to fix. Let's not do that. But this is Pyrus single-headed Hydronoid, one of the best Bakugan, one of the most expensive Bakugan that exists. It is just utterly gorgeous. I absolutely love this design, even if it is a bit fragile. And this one's not in the best shape, but again, I fixed this one up, and I'm very proud of it. So it also sits on my computer. That's what I picked out for Battle Brawls and New Destroyer to show you. Those are some of my favourite pieces. Next, I'm going to open up this Gandalian Invaders box, and we're going to look at some stuff from that. I was going to show all of it, but I think I might curate this a little bit. So, let me just do that. So, I'm going to pick out some pieces that I just think are interesting or rare. First of all, I want to pick out this. This is a Arquus Baku Legacy Fox Bat. That Fox Bats are always a pain in the ass to open, because anyone who's got Fox Bats will know they're very fragile. Let me just get this open. Yeah, so I actually managed to get some Baku Legacy Bakugan, and this Fox Bat is one of them. Baku Legacy is re-releases of Bakugan from New Destroyer with Gandalian Invaders paint jobs, DNA codes, the whole works. Arquus Foxbat is one of the more underwhelming ones, but I do think there's a really nice... I really like the silver and blue on this. Like, they don't really go for any of the green. This just looks really clean. It's quite a unique looking Arquus Bakugan. And I thought it was really cool because it isn't broken. It's a Foxbat that's not broken, which... let's be real, is rare. If you're a Bakugan fan, you know about Foxbat. What else do we have in here? We have... oh, this might be a good piece to look at. We have... Baku Crystal Contester. Contester... Never really know how to say this thing's name. It has an IR in its name. Contester is one of the Chaos Bakugan from the Gandalian Invaders anime. This crystal variation, I've been told, is quite rare indeed, which I didn't know when I bought it. I just saw this in a lot and I thought it looked cool, so I picked it up. But apparently this is one of the rarer Gandalian Invaders clear Bakugan. I've been told that this was that some people have paid about $70 plus for this, and I got it for like £10 British, so about $15, which is insane. I didn't even know this thing was rare until I asked some people about it. It's very cool. I do really like Gandalian Invaders Crystal Bakugan. I really like the orange accent color they go for. I think it looks really nice. There's a couple more of those that I'm going to show off in this video, but for now we'll just stick to that. So the next Bakugan I want to show off is, I believe we've shown off this guy before, but this is Pyrus Lumitroid, and this is one that works. The battery's unfortunately a little bit dead. I probably need to replace those, but it works! Focus. It makes noises, it makes lights, it makes sound. It's awesome. I'm really happy to have one in working condition, especially considering the Pyrus one is the one I had as a kid. So even if the Chaos one is the one that's technically more anime accurate, don't really care. The next Bakugan I want to show... Actually, I might save this one because it's actually quite rare. But, you know, let's stick on the Baku Bolt train. Next up we have Subterra Glotronoid. I don't know what's up with this Glotronoid. It has some... Its mechanism is very fickle. I got this for £20, and it was brand new, like sealed. But the problem is, I don't know what's going on with the battery thing, because it's very fickle. Sometimes it will light up, and sometimes it won't. And there's not really any way I can get it to do it intentionally. These toys are getting old. I should expect it, but yeah, unfortunately this one isn't lighting up for us on camera. It does work, kind of. Just doesn't want to work right now. This is quite a rare piece. I'm very happy to have it. So let's I'm just going to put a pin in that there, because I don't really think there's much more, unfortunately, I could say about this, because I can't show you it working. It does just glow. It doesn't have any sound, but, you know, it's a cool Bakugan, and I was hoping to show it off. But he's being finicky for me. We've also got, I think I might have shown this guy off, but good old Apexion. Yeah, good old Bakubolt Apexion. Absolutely love this guy, and it does work. Making his TIE fighter noises. I don't remember if I showed this one off. Again, I filmed those videos so long ago now that I honestly don't remember. But yeah, another Bakubolt for my collection, because I'm trying to get the full set. Speaking of the full set, here is one of the rarer pieces, Arquus Irisa. Check that out. It's got a light up. It's really kind of hard to see because unfortunately it's quite bright, but it has like a little light in it that spins. It is really cool. This Bakugan can be very expensive. I got it for a pretty decent price, about £50, which isn't bad considering how much this guy can go for. I actually had this as a child and sold it like an idiot, which I'll always regret. But now I got it back. It's staying in the collection, and I'm pretty proud of it. I'm missing one Bakubolt Bakugan. I don't have Volt Elysioid. Bakugan fans know about Volt Elysioid and know there's a very good reason why I don't have it. I managed to get some uncommon attribute special attack pieces like this Pyrus Clausaurus. This is kind of neat. There's not really much to say about it. Clausaurus is pretty common, but the Pyrus one is kind of somewhat uncommon, so I thought I'd show that just briefly. Also the same with Haos Hackapoid, which is an uncommon attribute of a Bakugan. Unfortunately, this one is a bit tired. It doesn't really like working. What have I got in here? I've got Hawk Tors, but not rare. I've got some Dartax. I have two of these. These big old Ken guys. They're not rare, but, you know. Here's an interesting thing, but I want to find... This Bakugan is a two-part thing, so I want to find the other one. Oh, it's here. So here's... I didn't have this for the first time I recorded. Pyrus Translucent Helix Dragonoid. I really wish they put this in the evolution packs, but I understand the evolution packs came out before this guy did. But it would have been really cool to have this, the original Dragonoid, Neo Dragonoid, and this in a pack. I'm really glad they made this though. It's very nice looking. Let's focus in on that. Maybe I should just move it back a bit. There we go. It does not want to focus. Don't focus on the keyboard. Focus on the back again, please. And then we have the complementary pair, the Translucent Darkest Darak. I had to get these as a pair. They're just so perfect. You know, the hero and the villain Bakugan of Gundalian Invaders. So let's move those a little bit closer in. Yeah, there we go. These cores. I'm using these Deka cores because they look nice, but they're a bit pesky. Let's show them off in a little bit more detail. So here is Darkest Translucent Darak. Very pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the colours on it. And then the Helix Dragonoid. Again, very, very pretty Bakugan here. Absolutely love the detailing on these. And they look so good as a pair. They look so good as a set. Having them both is really nice. They're not particularly that rare, but like they're just really nice. Darak actually took me a while to find. I don't think it was sold as much as the Dragonoid, which isn't surprising. What else do we have in here that might be a little bit interesting? Some Krakixes. That's probably not that interesting. Some Contesters. got to be something else in here. I guess we could look at this. We could look at this. We could look at this. We'll look at this. Let me just get some stuff out, and then we can look at that. Okay, I think I've dug out everything that I want to show off, so we'll have a bit of a lightning round. So I've got this Subterra Blitz Dragonoid. I thought this was just pretty cool. I really like the Subterra coloration from Gandalian Invaders, and this is definitely no exception. I love his little feature of, well, I don't even know. Hang on, come on, yeah, punch. It's so silly. I never really liked this Dragonoid's design. I always thought it was bizarre, and I don't think it looks very good. Like, what is this? What is going on here? This just doesn't look good. This just doesn't look good to me. Never really was a huge fan of Blitz Dragonoid, but you know, I do like it in Subterra. It looks a bit strange, and I don't know. Subterra just seems to fit it. I never knew how. I always hate trying to close this thing because it's just a bit of a pain with all the wings. Okay, there we go. Next up, I want to show off. Let's show off just some cool attributes first before I get into things I don't think I actually had in the original video. So I've got this Chaos Gyrazer. One of the rarer Gyrazers. I believe this is the rarest attribute of it, and God, I love the colour scheme on this so much that I just had to show this off because, I mean, look at that colour scheme. It's fucking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Chaos with the red, like, accent colours on some of them is just amazing. I've got this opaque Subterra Rubinoid. I really like this because it looks like sandstone, polished marble. A very nice Bakugan that I want to show off there. We have Pyrus Snapzoid. There's something wrong with this and I need to fix it. There we go. I've never seen a Snapzoid really apart from the Aqua Swan, so it's just nice to have this Pyrus one. I think it's very cool. I know that's not particularly rare, I just like it. And then this curiosity. I have this Subterra Saboteur, which you might think there's nothing weird about that. First of all, its arms don't stay down properly. And it has 1100 Gs. It's weird. Not really sure what's going on with this. Possibly a bootleg, I'm not sure, but it is very fascinating. So I keep hold of it because it's weird. Next up, we have some Bakugan I don't remember if we looked at. So we've got Phantom Derek, this old snake boy. And I know a lot of people might be thinking, wow, that sucks. He does this. Still sucks. I really never liked this design. Like, where are its legs? Why does it have giant claws? Why does it look like this? I never really liked this Bakugan, and unfortunately this is the only Phantom Derek I have. Maybe fortunately, actually, because I don't really like Phantom Derek very much. He does a double strike Bakugan, but nah, it's got nothing on Brawlicus Derek. Next up we have, I don't think we showed this guy last time, Subterra Raptorex. A Super Assault Bakugan I didn't have back then, but now I do. The legs are supposed to come out, but these ones unfortunately are a little bit sticky and they never really tend to come out. Come on, Raptorex. Show feet on camera. Okay, that's cursed. I like this design. I think it's really cool. The good old spinny guy. Absolutely love this. Love like the falcon sort of look to it. It does look very cool. Very nice Bakugan indeed. Next up we have Chaos Venaclaw. Venaclaw is a mimic, which I absolutely love. I don't remember if we showed off a Venaclaw before, but I got this Chaos one and I really like it. Good old like treasure chest mimic. But it is very wide. Very, very wide with his lock claws. I always thought this was a super, super clever design. I just don't know why they called it Venaclaw, because nothing about it is venomous. Like, why not call it, like, Mimiclaw or something? Like, I don't know, give it a name that fits the design. And here's back again. I know we didn't show off because I only got one for the first time recently. We have a Ventus Locanoid. Locanoid, he's an auto closer, sort of, but you're required to press this button to make his arms open. Why did one of his arms not open? There we go. Get these legs out, which I never like how there's a very visible screw there, which doesn't look great. And then we get these little shoot guns out, which don't want to come out. There we go. And you have your Locanoid. I do like this design. I don't like the monster design. I think it looks a lot worse. I really like this like one-eyed robot sentry sort of design. I think it looks really cool. I just don't like what the actual anime monster looks like. I think it looks really silly. I've got a couple more Baku Legacies to show off. We've got this Pyrus Hawkley, which I like. Yes, I know that people say this thing's name is Cosmic Ingram, but when it was originally designed, it was not called Cosmic Ingram, it was called Hawkley, and it doesn't look anything like an Ingram, so I call it Hawkley. Absolutely love this. I think this looks great. This colour scheme, really cool. Kind of looks like a phoenix, a firebird. I always thought it was funny that I've seen a lot of people not know how this Bakugan works, so I've seen it in listings looking like this. And I'm like, okay, that's not how that goes, but okay. Okay, boomer. That's definitely not a current joke. And also this Pyrus Ingram that is a little bit awkward sometimes, and I have to pet him aggressively. Another Baku Legacy. I just think this one's cool as well. You don't see Baku Legacies all too often, so anytime I get them, it's always a treat. Next up, I've got a couple of more Baku Stealth Bakugan to show you. So we have this Baku Granite Subterra Phosphos. It's always a pain getting these double strikes to open on camera when I've only got one hand to do it without lifting them out of frame, which I'm having to do a lot. Yeah, I really like this design. I think this colour's really nice. Get him a little bit closer to the camera. This little carrot guy, I think he's quite nice. Yeah, I definitely like him. Next up we have some more granite ones. We've got this Saboteur. Come on, okay, I don't know why that's getting stuck. This normally doesn't happen. We've got this Pyrus Saboteur, which I really like. Sort of flame gritty design on that. It's quite nice. Apparently he doesn't want to cooperate with me though, so let's have a look at this Krakix instead. I really like this design. This looks really, really nice. The Baku Stealth Bakugan are always like underrated if you asked me. They're interesting little gimmicks. I think were exclusive to Walmart in the US. I don't think they were store exclusives here in the UK, but they are cool. And then one more stealth. We've got this Lumino Dragonoid, which I always thought looked pretty interesting. It's sort of like got a Sandstorm design going on with it. It's not the best looking. I think Lumino loses a lot of its personality without having the chrome metal horns and legs. But it's still neat, even if it is a little bit strange. Next, we're going to have a look at this Baku Evil Cordem. I believe this is from the Good and Evil Twin Packs. There's also a Helix Dragonoid of this, but I always like this one in particular because it kind of reminds me of the older brown Choco Bakugan. And it goes to show that they could have done it. They could have kept making them, but they didn't. One thing I really like is the way this looks when it's closed. There's something very... It looks like an ancient design, which I love. Finally, I got this quite rare Subterra Rubinoid, Subterra Translucent Rubinoid, which is really, really nice. Really happy to have this in the collection. Be nice if it would actually stay focused on it. It's so sparkly, it's so translucent. I love Rubinoid. I love Rubinoid in Subterra. Yeah, it's very cool. I love this Bakugan. And finally, some more crystals. I have a crystal Avior. This is my only alveoli that stays closed as well, which is kind of funny. It's really nice. I like this design, and of course it has its feature of doing that, which, you know, neck extension. Good old neck extension. We've also got this Saboteur, which I'm just going to show briefly. It's quite cool. I do quite like it. And finally, this Baku Legacy Crystal. Oh, why are you not working? Oh, there we go. Hyper Dragonoid, which, you know, this is really, really nice. This is quite a rare piece. The magnet on this is really strong as well. Like, it is super goddamn strong, and I'm really happy about that. I love this design. Like, I love Hyper Dragonoid. It's quite common Bakugan, but still love it. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to show off for Gundalian Invaders. I don't really think we need to go over anything else. But just as a little aside, here's the case. I'll do this. You can see for yourself what I own. You know. And then, you know, all the stuff over here. So let's get on to Mectanium Surge, even though this is already 30 minutes. Okay, stay tuned, because we're going to have a lot to look at in Mectanium Surge. This collection massively ballooned since the last time and got way better in quality as well. I'm going to start off with one of my more prized pieces, a Pyrus Titanium Dragonoid. You'd think this wouldn't be that hard to find. It's the main star of the show in his original attribute. But these can be super expensive and not easy to find because they were not reprinted after the first wave. And I don't know why they made that decision. I'm actually going to remove the rest of these hexagons. I just think it's easier to focus when there's only one. So we can do this. I love this. It looks so good. I really like it. It's really nice to have this in its original form, fully working. I got this in a lot for £20, which is insane. Insane what I got in that lot for £20. It was actually criminal. This was in it, and a bunch of other Mectanium stuff, which we're going to see in the next couple of videos. The next couple minutes, rather. I don't know why I said videos. Oh god, where do we even start? There's so much good stuff in here that I want to look at. I guess, let's just go in. We've got this Darkest Titanium Dragonoid, which, you know, not the original attribute, but still a very cool piece. I'd like to get the Ventus one to complete the trifecta of the ones that did release. Unfortunately, they only released those 3 attributes. We have... Alright. Are they all here? No, I was going to have a look at a certain set, but we can have a look at these. So, I have been getting a lot of Baku Golds recently, including this Aquas Baku Gold Wolfuria, which I absolutely love this. Wolfuria is my favourite Bakugan for Mectanium Surge, and this is an absolutely gorgeous piece. I mean, look at the colours on that. Absolutely gorgeous. In really good condition as well. And his brother, Pyrus Baku Gold Wolfuria, which... also an absolutely gorgeous piece. Like, holy crap, does this look gorgeous. These are some of my favourite pieces in my collection, and it should become pretty obvious why that is. I guess we'll have a look at more Baku Golds. So we have this. He bounced back into the box, but Ventus Baku Gold Kodacore. I really like the way this looks, actually. Big fan of the way this guy looks, especially in Baku Gold. Very nice indeed. We've got this Baku Gold Mutant Crowl, half Subterra, half Pyrus, but it is still a very cool piece. I believe this might be the first time I've shown Mutant Crowl on the channel, I don't remember. These are not easy to find because they're European exclusive. I live in Europe, obviously, but, you know, maybe not everybody in the West has seen them. We've got this Arquus Percival Vortex, which I think is quite neat. It's quite, you know, what I'm like with Percival, so always happy to have that. we've got, speaking of Percival, Darkest Bakugold Percival. This is quite rare indeed. And I paid quite a lot for this, but I don't regret it because, God, I love this. Look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. We've also got... There's no other way to say it. I actually might need multiple for this. Because this was one of the biggest pickups for me. Pyrus Infinity Helios. Subterra Infinity Helios. You can flip out the head. Aquas Infinity Helios, which... There we go. And Ventus Infinity Helios. 4 out of 5 Infinity... 4 out of 6 Infinity Helioses that exist. Insane. And I got all of these in the same lot for £20 as that Dragonoid. Actually insane. And none of them are broken as well, which is really surprising because it's a Bakugan that is known to break. Yeah, we got like this Talion, this Mutatalion, which, you know, one of the most common Bakugan. A lot of people don't really care about it. But I did get this Ventus one, which is nice to have one that's all Ventus. It's a bit rusty. Might have to work some de-rusting fluid into that to make it work nicer. Seeing as I opened and didn't wait for me, here's this Ventus Bakugold Jarkor, which I think is quite nice. I do actually just have a normal Ventus Jarkor as well. There, that was a good jump actually. Yeah, which is quite nice. Accurate to the show. I got this Ventus Fusion Dragonoid, which is quite nice. What else is in here that might be worth looking at? I've got this Darkus Mercury Dragonoid, which is quite nice, having an all Darkus one. This is quite a nice piece. Just need to get it out without it opening up. Pyrus Bakugold Reptak. This is quite a nice piece. And she stays closed, which is good because a lot of my Reptaks don't. I think we showed off Aquaspaterex, but yeah, here's Aquaspaterex. Still got him, obviously, not letting that go. But how about his friend, Chaos Bakugold Spaterex? Fortunately, this one's a bit damaged. It's missing one of the horns here, but otherwise it's in good shape, which is nice. We've got this Pyrus Bakugold Trista, which has a bit of its arm is needs a bit of de-rusting, but you know, still good. Okay, this one doesn't really work. It's a Ventus Bakugold Jumpy Boy Fusion Dragonoid. Name just temporarily escaped me there. What else have we looked at? Oh, how have I not shown? Yeah, okay, no, we're saving this to the end, because that's actually a really, really rare piece. I've got this Chaos Bakugold Strunk, which is quite nice. It means we can do the Chaos Bakugold Scorptac combo, which I'll briefly show off here. Yeah, you confuse them together, and I think it's supposed to be legs out here. Like that, I think. Yeah, like this. It's really nice to be able to do that and have one that matches. Awesome. We've got a cool Baku Blaster, actually. I've got Pyrus Beam Brack with the disc. Very nice to have this. It's actually one of the rarer Baku Blasters. And it has the disc, so very cool. What else do we have in here? I don't remember if I ever showed this off, but it is a Pyrus Baku Surge. Baku Surge? Was it Baku Surge? No, Baku Spark. It's these treatments. They all have weird names. Betadron. I really like the way this looks. Very Phoenixy indeed. Very cool indeed. What else do we have in here that might be interesting to look at? We've got this Darkest Baku Gold Vertex, which I think looks quite nice. Very pleased with this. Chaos Baku Gold Mutabrid. It's a bit loose, unfortunately, it doesn't jump properly, but very nice. I've been told this one's quite hard to find as well, so nice to have that. What else is in here that we definitely haven't looked at or is interesting? I've got this Arquus Mutant Krakenoid, which full Arquus, very nice to have. Quite happy to own that. I do have this half Darkest Mutant Krakenoid, which is apparently quite difficult to find. Which, okay, I didn't know it was, but I've got this Baku Camo, yeah, Heridian, which is the only Heridian I currently own, because Heridian's just kind of a pain in the ass to find. I've got a... Oh, here's a blaster. I don't remember if I had this when I first showed these off. We have a Pyrus Blaster Core with the disc. Good old Spartan Warrior robot, which I really like the design of. What else is in here? There is some more common stuff in here. Or stuff that I know that I've definitely shown off before. Yeah, I've got a Chaos Baku Gold Trista. I've got a Subterra Baku Gold Betadron, but unfortunately it's broken. I'm not going to open it because it is damaged. Oh yeah, I've got this Chaos Baku Gold Jarkor. It's quite nostalgic back again for me. I remember having this one as a kid. What else do we have in here? That's interesting. Oh, actually, I don't know if I've shown this guy off before. Here we have a Pyrus Crowl, which was another Bakugan that was exclusive to Europe. This one doesn't even have the G-Power. This G-Power sticker still on, which is quite nice. It's in perfect condition. It's quite lovely, actually. Quite happy to have that. Yeah, there's some... For example, there's another Mercury Dragonoid in here. Oh, yeah, this. Arquus Wolfuria, which is quite nice. It's the only base Wolfuria I have, unfortunately. What else do I have in here? I think we've mostly looked at everything. We've got, maybe we can look at this. Darkest Spyron, which is quite nice. It took me a while to actually get a normal Spyron that didn't have like a stupid treatment or something. We've got... I think that's mostly it in terms of the more interesting stuff. Although there are two Bakugan I want to show off right at the end, I did say. Okay, so actually, yeah, wait, hang on, there's a couple more interesting things here. We've got this Pyrus Krakenoid, which is quite nice. Krakenoid's quite a difficult Bakugan to find, and I do quite like this one. Before I look at everything else, here's a look inside the case. Maybe you spot some interesting stuff in here, but, you know, that is what it is. We've got like Darkest Vertex, Pyrus Vertex, all my Baku Surges, which I showed off before, which is why I'm not showing off again. We've got this Baku Gold Ball Cannon, but unfortunately it's a bit damaged. There's Baku Nanos in here, but we're not going to look at those right now. This is a custom Helix Dragonoid that was done for me by a friend. It's not the official Baku Evolutions one, otherwise I would be showing that off. So let's have a look at the final three, which I think are the rarest. First of all, Tremblar. This is a Baku Steel Darkest Tremblar. Tremblar is quite a difficult Bakugan to find. He's like a little turtle. If anyone hits these triggers on him, he pops, explodes off, and he gets a G-Power boost of... It's not on here. He's supposed to get a G-Power boost. Oh well. I guess he flips over and dies. Yeah, they're quite hard to find. I'm still trying to find one that's not steel, because I really want to get a just normal attributed one, because I think they look better. But Don't know if they sold them in Europe. Been struggling to find them, but yeah. And now probably the two rarest Bakugan that I got since then. Pyrus Wharton. Unfortunately, this is not in the best shape. It's seen better days. But it is a rare Bakugan. Pyrus Wharton. Very difficult to find. Unfortunately, yeah, you can see damage to the attribute symbols. Big paint chips off of it. This was quite expensive, unfortunately, as well. It's not in the best shape. You can see, like, the neck spring, and the neck is a bit messed up. It does have his little head in here that is uses for his Volchaos transformation. And speaking of Volchaos, here is the other part. Pyrus Ballista. I really like Ballista. Little fish guy. He get his mouth to open. I always liked this little guy. I always thought he was adorable. So if we flip out his little feet here. He's adorable. Look at this adorable guy. And you are supposed to do this, but no, you're supposed to do this to combine them together to make Volchaos, but unfortunately, due to the weakness of the spring, the it doesn't stand up. So unfortunately, though I do have a complete Volchaos, it doesn't stand properly. He tends to do this, which, you know, it still looks kind of cool, but yeah, it's kind of missing the cool factor. He's very tall. There he is. Super cool. I mean, this is definitely something to end off a video with. This Mectanium pile. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the Mectanium Surge video. For this update video. I know most of it's a Mectanium Surge, is why my brain said that. But yeah, in the next video we're going to be looking at all of the weird extra stuff. All of the stuff, like our nanos, and our Mectagon. Can't see that 'cause it's too big. And all the weird stuff, like morph lights and figures that I have. We're going to be looking at all that. And Bakutech. Bakutech's a big one, because I do have some cool Bakutech back again. And I will finally see you in part 8 of the Bakugan Retrospective, because this is actually part 7. Jesus Christ. Where we finally look at all that stuff. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Because if your day isn't wonderful, then I will send Volchaos to get you. So, have a good rest of your day, or he will get you. And that isn't a threat, it's a promise.